For our next project, we're going to be doing a Zentangle design, and we need to section off our paper so that we have different sections to draw our designs into. So you'll see you just have a regular square piece of paper. Using pencil, start with your name and then flip it over. We're going to set up our guidelines using a ruler and a pencil, so if you make a mistake, it's okay, we can just erase it. So what we want to do is we want to line up our ruler at a diagonal. Now you'll see that my ruler is a little bit short, so you just want to guess. So what I like to do is I like to line up the edge of the ruler and just kind of point it towards the corner, draw a really light line, slide your ruler along that line that you just drew, and then connect and line up this corner and just extend to the bottom. What you did at this diagonal, you're also going to do at your other diagonal. Remember, if it's not perfect, it's okay. Line it up the best that you can. So extend. And just draw. Next, what we're going to do is we need to make 2-inch markers along half of our diagonal line. So what I'm doing is I'm lining up 0 of the ruler in the center. It measures about 6 inches. So what I want to do is I want to mark a small dot on my pencil line at 2 and at 4. Then turn your ruler, line up in the middle, mark at 2 and 4 again. Turn your ruler one more time, line up in the middle, 2 and 4, and one more time. And you can see how I'm just turning my ruler as I go. So line up in the middle, 2 and 4. Now, using your ruler, you're going to do straight lines connecting all of your 2 dots and all of your 4 dots to create a box inside of your box. So to start, lining up ruler at the dot. See how I'm just pushing it up to the dot? I'm holding with my helper hand. Draw the line. Turn, do the same thing again. Line up your dots. Turn your ruler again. Line up your dots. Turn your ruler again. Line up your dots. So those are your 2 dots. Now we want to do our 4 dots. Same exact thing. Line up your dots on your ruler. Draw that line. Turn your ruler, connect the dots. Turn your ruler, connect the dots. Turn your ruler, connect the dots. Perfect. So what you did is you set up sections in your paper. Each section is going to get a different Zentangle design. Now, typical with Zentangle is you usually do this with some type of pen or even a Sharpie or even a fine tip marker. We're going to be using these bigger Sharpies just for this project. Now, each section will get something different. So 3 here, 3 different here, 3 different here, 3 different here. And we don't want repeat patterns. So what I want you to think about is different Zentangle designs that all look different from each other, because you're going to need 12 different designs when you go in. Think about different types of lines. You can also fill in with solid color. Think about how you want this to turn out before you start adding the Sharpie, because you can't erase this. If you do have a design that you're nervous about, you could always do it in pencil first, but it doubles the amount of work, so keep that in mind. I'll let this part fast forward so you can see what it looks like when it's done. So when you get to the edge of your paper, what I want you to do is put a scrap paper underneath it so that when you do your lines, you can just go off the page without drawing on the table. This will help protect the table a little bit. So when you're working on your last set of boxes, put that scrap right underneath. What's nice about the Sharpie and Zentangle is if you make a mistake, it's really an easy fix. You just make the line thicker. So you can see where my lines are coming together here, and I made a mistake right here. So instead of just leaving it, What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make it look like I did it on purpose by covering it up. So I'm just gonna make that line thicker and cover up my mistake right with the Sharpie. All right, I think I'm just about done. As one last and final step, I'm gonna go in and retrace my straight lines that I drew for my original boxes. So I'm just covering up those pencil marks. I'm also gonna check for any spaces that I should have colored in or any spots that I may have missed. So a couple around here. Also, just like look at your piece from far away and see if there's anything that you really wanna add or missing in any of the open spaces that you still have left. There we go, my piece is complete. Once you're done, you wanna upload it to Art Sonia.